Toronto Raptors head coach Nick Nurse is known to be one of the world's most innovative coaches, leading his team to its first ever NBA championship title.
But his journey is one with many challenges, defying all odds to reach the top. And in his new memoir, Rapture, Nick Nurse is sharing his story about turning everyday struggles into success. And the coach joins us now. Nick, nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. How was everybody doing today?
Hey, we're well. We're good, thank you. Listen, as you watch the NBA come to a standstill and make adjustments earlier this year, we've got to ask just off the top, what was it like playing in that bubble, and what was the biggest hurdle or challenge?
Well, first of all, it was okay. You know, the NBA did a great job of making sure we were safe first and foremost, and gave us a lot of basketball facilities, weight rooms, all those kind of things, so we could hone our game and keep physically strong. Mentally, it was tough though, right? It was just, it was kind of like being in a college dorm room and not being able to leave, and then going to work and coming back to your dorm room, and after weeks of that, it was a challenge at times to get up every day on the right side of the bed and with a positive outlook, and we tried to do that as best we could.
Well, speaking of mental toughness, your journey has been far from glamorous over the years. You've been in the trenches, crashed on a few couches, spent your days on the buses, and now here you are, NBA Coach of the Year. Did you ever think you'd be here?
I think there was maybe always a little glimmer somewhere deep in my mind. I think that I was always dreaming about it for sure. But I was always, pretty happy where I was too. I loved each job I had, and was at the time in my life, they meant the world to me. And I was trying to just learn my craft each and every year to get better and better. And if I was ever given a big opportunity like this, I wanted to be ready for it.
Well, it goes without saying you certainly were ready, and you quickly have become one of the most admired head coaches in the league. But your experience, Nick, despite the fact you've been in the NBA just 2 years, 2 seasons, your experience spans over 30 years. So what was the biggest lesson that you learned along the way?
Well, I think what I just said, I think that each and every season I went into it trying to figure out how I could get better at my craft. Right, there was things I wanted to experiment with and try. I knew there was always room for improvement. There still is now. I love to say that I practice every day at my craft, and the reason is I'm beginning to see some improvement. So I continue to keep working at my craft, and I think that's always the biggest lesson.
Watching some of this footage, it's become a bit of a sport watching you, Nick, I gotta admit. And you have become quite the superstar since winning the finals in 2019, with people recognizing you everywhere. So I gotta ask, what's been the most interesting fan encounter you've experienced?
Geez, that's a good question. I get lots of them. I think just getting used to that in general is quite different, for anyone. But it's great. I mean, listen, the fans, the Canadian fans are so awesome, and they're so nice to me and so complimentary. I certainly don't ever get tired of them saying, "Hey, we just want to say congrats and thanks for bringing the championship in." I'll never get tired of that. It's amazing. Everybody's so nice.
Yeah, we've heard fans have followed you into the grocery store, Nick. What is that like? Do you want to go in and just buy a chocolate bar, and now all of a sudden, I probably got to buy something healthy because you're.
Yeah, there's some of that. I guess going back to answer the question before, I think one time I was at a restaurant with my wife, and literally everyone was kind of letting us have our space, but my wife left to go to the bathroom, and literally the whole floor of the restaurant converged on the table to say, we were waiting for this opportunity. For your wife got up and left, and so that was probably the most interesting. And they when she came back, they went back to their table. So it was they were trying to give us a little space.
Well, it was funny. It was funny, Nick. At the championship parade, one of our producers reminded me, we ran from our office to go be a part of it. And she said, Kara, remember when you got hoarse calling Nick's name on top of, when he was on the bus riding along? I didn't know what I was going to say to you, Nick. I just kept, I was calling your name. I lost my voice doing so, but I really didn't think, I guess I would say congratulations. I'd start there, but
yeah.
Oh, man.
But Nick, out of the tens of thousands that were there, you did hear Carolyn, right?
Oh, I remember that moment. Yeah, from the parade.
You know what? One of the things we all love as Raptors fans is Nick Nurse on the sidelines. And as a matter of fact, you had a meme go viral. Do you remember this, or have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it a time or two. I have seen it. Well, I don't I don't really know how to explain that, to be honest with you. I certainly didn't know I was doing that, and I don't really know what to say. I wish I did know I was doing it. I would stop much sooner doing it, but I'm glad it entertains people, I guess, is the main thing.
Yeah, don't stop. Please don't stop. We love it. We love the emotion. As a matter of fact, my favorite description is, why is it when the camera cuts to Nick Nurse, he always looks like somebody just towed his car?
Well, I'm always fighting hard for the team, and always really questioning some of the questionable calls. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be able to hide those emotions a little bit. I don't know.
No.
Never change.
Don't do it.
Never change. That's what we love about you, Nick. All right, before we let you go, we know the new season starts in a month, but the big question is, will the Raps be playing in Toronto?
Boy, let's hope so, right? I'm praying that we are, but we're waiting the final decision, and I don't know. We all want to be here, that's for sure.
Yeah, is it something that the team wants? I'm sure you've spoken to the players. Yeah. I mean, obviously, option number one would be hopefully to play in front of the home fans.
Yeah, I kind of did an informal check with the players the other day about options they would prefer in the States, and almost all of them came back and said, if we have to leave, or let's Toronto would be my first option, but they all kind of commented, yeah, we want to be home. This is we make it home here, and we love the energy and everything. Even though there may not be many fans around, we still feed off of a lot of the energy that the fans provide us.
Well, we want you guys home, Nick. Such a pleasure speaking to you. And as we always say here, we're just scratching at the surface here of all the stories that are in Nick's new book. Nick's memoir, Rapture, is available now. Nick, thanks for the time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.